It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
All right.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
Patience, old guy. We need this thing to be waterproof.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little corpse, cut off your head, and bathe in your blood!
Alright, that's not helpful. But amusing. You should probably close that door, buddy. Probably a good idea to go to the hotel and interview witnesses there. Was that in this area? Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, I apologize, but you're going to see me getting lost a lot here on Monday. Again. Because, quite frankly, not that I don't like the layout of it, or don't like the planet or the city, but it's kind of easy to get lost here, because the areas look kind of the same. Unlike, for example, Kashyyyk, where you're at the desert floor. And it's larger, I think. I think it's actually a pretty big area. Oh dear. Okay, that's the hotel. Maybe after the trial we can get rooms there, that would be nice. I don't know, just for Goofuth, Mission and Jolie, and probably Zaba as the bodyguard. Right, I'm allowed now.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want.
You better. Tell me what you saw the night of the murder.
The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Is there any possibility that it could have gone off after he left?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court.
Now that's definitely something he's going to do if it comes to that. But considering that the parties involved, he knows that the Selkath as a species aren't force resistant, because he made that Selkath take the Gizka from him by force, and the people involved, they're not Jedi or Dark Jedi, they're just Sith and Republic soldiers, so I think he could get away with it, and he's pretty sure that he can, but he's first going to see if there's just basically what's going on, so he's not going to do that now.
What do you want to know?
What do you know about those two in general?
Alasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, that's not really important. Although Goofuth figures that there's actually a possibility that the whole double agent thing is just a cover-up for them actually having an affair. Who knows? Who are the witnesses?
There were only two other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rodian named Gluupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally, I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Feareth Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an addict, but he claims he's big in some circles. Don't know anything about him other than that. Anything else you want to know?
Pazak addicts. Pathetic. No, that's about it for now.
Well, okay. If you need anything else, I'm gonna be right here.
Righto. Let's talk to the witnesses. Okay, the rooms are open now. So he's the Pazak player.
You with the cell, Kath? You here to see me about the murder, too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me?
No, that's not an attitude to be having. What do you see? What did you see the night of the murder?
I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big tournament that's going to be held here soon, when I heard a blaster shot. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. I looked out after a minute and saw Gluupor in the hall by Elas's room, and Sunry running like the wind. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was pretty fast for a cripple, isn't guilty.
Goofuth wants a subscription to Pazak Weekly and he wants to know more about the tournament. What do you know about Sunry and Elasa?
Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel, too. Going to Elas's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics, usually.
What kind of antics? You think Sunry was having a relationship with her?
I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room, in private, is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith Master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith Master?
Oh, well, Elasa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
You know you want to tell me. In that case he's going to do it, but because that's not really manipulating him to do something, that's manipulating him to tell him what he knows. Yeah, you know you want to. Well, he's going to keep up the appearance of professionalism as long as he can, so he's just going to try to persuade him.
I didn't see anything, and there's no way you can make me say otherwise. Now,
No
quit
way,
asking.
really? Now the safer way is to force persuade him and go for this mind, because he's bribing. If he's bribing him, then that's going to be problematic. Might get problematic if he's force persuading him, but he wants that information.
You know, I think I could trust you. Heck, I don't even know why I shouldn't tell you. Well, one time, I saw Elasa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Elasa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest.
I have a lightsaber too, you know. That's enough of those options. You think she was a Dark Jedi?
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Come on. Alright, so we can assume that she was a Dark Jedi. Might be interesting to find out if we can talk to her master somehow. There's nobody here, right? You there, Gluupor! Reveal your secrets to me.
Shona mulira tong Gluupor. Gluupor kinba no kun nik loncha.
You know about a star map?
Gluupor tati ya baba Hassan shan. Gluupor chuba chi jopa kun mata.
Oh,
Gluupor kakinja nawabakaon. Muf mala nibo Gluupor jimata wipunage. Gluupor ranka ja tong shiabagja.
I have questions about the murder of Alessa.
Gluupor tong hit wanaji sarkat agi inko tune Gluupor mulira chuna mulira tong Gluupor kipa nonku nexit abog.
The interesting thing, and that's usually not the case with the alien languages, but his dialogue seems to be different because he's actually mentioning the name Gluupor. Usually they're just generic voice actings, but he's actually saying Gluupor there. Well, I was pointing at it with my cursor, which you can see, so yeah. What about Alessa's room?
Gluupor picha ge borang turang. Gluupor wanki yuma patmalyo no wish. Gluupor no una pankpa mulira kong.
Yeah, right. Did someone pay you to do something in that room, Gluupor?
Kun mulira slima.
He's really not the brightest.
Tong abog sitshan Gluupor ni nong kiri. Gluupor chiwak aita kan
Okay.
selka. Gluupor nibo Gluupor sha. Gluupor pampa ki mulira kun kin. Gluupor chachok tong itzerkat mama jiko na. Gluupor ag inkotune. Gluupor no molira chuna mulira tong panok Gluupor chachopa. Gluupor bagwa shan konti machid
Right. Sure you want to...
Tong itwama ji human
Yeah.
acting.
We need to talk a bit more.
Gluupor
Yeah, he's not going to say anything more about that. But we're getting somewhere here, so we know the evidence has been planted. That in alone should actually do it. Or that in itself, I mean, by itself. Interesting.
You, Jedi, I hear you're investigating the Sunray murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface.
What do you mean? And who are you?
This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. The Sunray and Alassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
No. Huh?
Dear, dear. I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
That's actually where I was going next, but... why should I believe you?
Because you have no one else to trust. Not Sunray, not the witnesses, and certainly not the judges. And if you take my advice, what have you to lose? Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Who was that guy? Mysterious man. Great. Yeah, well, of course Goofuth was going to talk to the people at the embassy, but... that's actually quite interesting. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, we're there right now. That guy has to have some agenda.
Welcome to Manan. I'm Roland Wan.
Yes.
As the official representative...
I'm investigating the Sunray case.
I don't know much about the facts of the case, but I find it hard to believe. I never met Sunray, but he's a hero of the Republic, not a murderer. The so-called evidence against him is an obvious frame-up. It has to be. The Sith must have plotted Sunray's downfall to embarrass and discredit the Republic.
Any chance the Republic is involved?
The Republic? That makes no sense. Sunray has no enemies in the Republic, and his conviction will make all of our jobs more difficult. If you want to solve this mess, I would focus on the Sith. That or check out the murder scene at the hotel. Talk to the other guests. Maybe they know something. I regret I could not be of more assistance in your investigation. Is there anything else?